I maybe have a candid question.
Oh, go on.
So you've obviously mentioned the firsts.
Yes.
Have you been able to be intimate? Like, how would you show that with a partner in jail?
Yeah, you have your ways.
Really?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you basically have phone sex.
So there's no like conjugal video.
No,
Conjugal
you can't. You
visits?
can't like. No, you can't like be physically intimate with them.
Oh,
but you
right.
You can find your ways of like making things work for you. Conjugal visits are a thing.
I knew it because I've been watching the movie.
What the
Yeah,
hell is
they are.
conjugal verb? Isn't that a verb?
It's like a family visit is what they call it now.
Yeah.
But conjugal visit would basically be like you can go on a visit, you can stay for like the weekend, and you can.
What do you mean
can do
stay
the
where? In a cell or?
Well, no. I think they've got like a special unit,
Yeah.
like that they take you to.
right.
Yeah, with like. Well, I believe. To be fair, if you search it on TikTok, some girls that go on them in different states, they'll like talk about it and stuff. It's quite interesting. But like, I've not experienced this because they don't have them in Wisconsin, and they like you also would have to be married in the states that they do have them. So
Okay.
California, for instance, they have conjugal visits.
Right.
You would have to be married. It still counts if you got married like whilst they're in there.
Yeah.
And I think they've got like a different like little unit, and you can literally put in, you can either bring in like groceries with you, or you can like make like an order and they'll like pre-order it for you. Obviously have to pay.
Yeah.
And then I think they give them like a disposable like camera. What's it called? Polaroid.
Polaroids.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
And they can just like, it's basically stay in like a little tiny little apartment thing for like a
And-
weekend, I think.
And you can do the deed.
You can do the deed, yeah.
Do.
Yeah, but in his state you can't, no.
Okay.
So, I mean, what we would do is, I mean, I've seen things and he's seen things.
The big things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still image or moving image?
Both.
Wow.
Yeah.
And no one. And are people having to monitor that?
Yeah. How does it work?
No. There's ways of getting around things. So for instance, if he had like any old pictures or whatever that he could get someone on, like, do you know what I mean? Like someone to send me, like say whoever like is in charge of his phone or whatever. You could do those sorts of things.
Wait. Your friend is sending your nudes for you.
No, I'm saying you could do that.
You could do.
No,
Is
you could
it
do
like
that.
a normal thing to kind of do that?
For guys in there, yeah. So like,
Oh, is it?
yeah. So like, say if
my worst
a guy's gone into prison, like they can't take their phone with them. Like
Yeah.
their mum might have their phone. Like they might literally be asking their mum to send their nudes for you. Yeah, it happens.
No way.
Surely the mum isn't. Yes, son. Give me 1
I
minute.
mean,
Well, maybe not his mum, but
I mean, if you had like a
or maybe
brother,
maybe his brother. Yeah,
yeah, that's all right. But can you
yeah.
imagine?
Your mum. Yeah, that might be a bit weird.
Just go
Actually,
into
no, I
my
don't like that. Yeah, a bit weird.
iPhone, not the photos, files, and oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could do that. But yeah, other than that though, like strictly following the rules, you can't. No, you can't be intimate. You can send pictures, like sexy pictures, to a certain point. So the rules are like no nipple showing, no nipples, no bits and pieces, and no bum cheeks showing.
Oh, so what's left?
Yeah.
Pretty
Silhouette.
much nothing. So I could, for instance, send.
Silhouette.
Yeah, here is my shadow. Have fun imagining it. You could send like a picture in like underwear
Okay.
from the front, not the back.
Oh,
Those get
wow.
denied. But yeah, picture in underwear you can send as long as it's not showing
Yeah.
too much. Yeah.
But then as for like the sexting, there's not like a prison officer that's like having to screen it before it gets sent to him.
Yes, with pictures. Yes. Yeah, someone has to sit there and approve or deny those. So you could literally send anything, and people do. You could send all of the things that I've said you can't do.
Yeah.
People have tried.
You don't
I'm not
worry
people,
that.
by the
Yeah. You don't worry that these officers like keep them.
I'm pretty sure they have a catalogue, or there's like a folder where it's like.
When it used to be physical pictures that you sent in, yeah, 1,000,000%.
That's
like, where's that
horrible.
picture going? You saying you shredding that picture, really?
Back
Can't believe it.
pocket. Oh.
But they're now electronic. So, I mean, yeah, nothing's to stop anyone doing anything. So
Yeah.
my advice to anyone would be don't send anything that you're not comfortable with other people seeing, because they have to, every picture you send has to get approved.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm sending him a message would go through like instantly, as long as it's not got any keywords in there that would flag it to get sent for approval.
Right.
But by the way, the word phone is a keyword that would get it. Like, it's the words that is stupid. Yeah. So you could be writing a message and then it'll go pending, and you'd be thinking, why is it pending? What have I said? I'm literally talking about going getting my hair cut.
Yeah.
Cut. Can't say cut. Yeah. And so then you think, fuck's sake, let me rephrase, write the whole message again.
Yeah. So like a bad word, like Willy, would that be pending?
No, you can say Willy, you just can't say phone or cut.
Prison,
The rationale.
prison issues.
Wow. But because you, like, in your pictures, because you pose in your pictures like gang signs as well.
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
Yeah, I could
That's
do
not
that.
gang signs, that's peace,
but that's what they
babe.
said.
Peace
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
love.
That's in the in-person pictures. They're very funny about any hand signs
Okay.
at all. No
Oh.
peace. Like, he couldn't. I think on one of our first visits, he tried to do like that above my
Yeah.
head,
Bunnies.
and was told no hand signs.
Oh, wow.
But on the pictures that you send to them, yeah, you can. But if it was a literal gang
Yeah.
sign, no, you couldn't. But yeah, I could do a
Wow.
peace sign. I think.
Interesting.
I'm thinking now. Have I sent it? Maybe I have to try and see if they're funny about the peace sign. Maybe.
Wow.
I have to ask, so
Yeah.
we're obviously doing our research with your account
Oh,
and
yeah, go
Prison
on.
Girlfriends as a whole on TikTok. I guess it was a kind of area of niche tea that there's a bit of beef between prison girlfriends,
Oh.
or maybe like, do you find yourself being attacked for like promoting the lifestyle online? Because some people have an issue with like, I don't know, romanticizing, glamorizing it.
Yeah, do you know what? Someone actually commented the other day on something of mine and said like, "Why are you glamorizing it?" And I thought that was the funniest shit ever, because I'm like, I've literally been crying on here for the last year saying that he's on lockdown and that I've not been able to see him. And I'm like, how is that glamorous? Like, I don't know how you've got glamorous from that. But, or like, sometimes I will like post his friends or whatever, because if they're like, I don't have anyone to speak to, will you see like if someone would speak to me? People are like, you shouldn't be promoting this. I'm like, I kind of don't feel like, I'm not saying, hey guys, this is a really good life choice and you should also make this life choice. Like, it's
Right.
just sharing. I'd like to think that most people on TikTok are of an adult age, hopefully, or and can make decisions for themselves. But yeah, there's so much drama within the community as a whole. There's drama between different people in the community. There's drama with everything and everyone. Like, it really, like, prison TikTok is like, and specifically like prison wife TikTok is like its whole. It's like a whole community. It is a whole niche of its own.
We need a TV show.
But yeah, definitely do get people saying like you're glamorizing it or whatever. I think I understand where they're coming from, in that, like, you know, someone might see that and think, oh, that's worked out really well for them, I'm going to do that. But I would personally like to think that I show the highs as well as the lows. But at the same time, if someone's just come across my page today, they might not scroll back to see me bawling my eyes out about something that happened a few months ago. Or, you know, earlier this year we went through a breakup for a bit. And that was caused largely because of the lockdown and all of the stuff that had gone on there. And like I said, we butted heads around him wanting to share more things on there that I thought was a really bad idea, and it really kind of pushed everything over the edge. Right. So those sorts of things, like, I feel like I'm quite open with most things that I go through.
Yeah.
So I would like to think that it's not perceived as glamorous, but yeah, I guess it can be. I don't know.
I think from a personal point of view, and seeing this growing community of like prison wives, prison girlfriends, there's also at the same time a massive, I don't know, uptake in like true crime depictions of these horrific criminals. And it's like, you've got Zac Efron playing Ted Bundy, you've got Evan Peters playing Jeffrey Dahmer, you've got the Menendez brothers in this latest Monsters thing. And I guess they depict these horrific killers in such beautiful, glamorous Hollywood
charming
ways.
Yeah.
Like, do you think some people fall into this lifestyle thinking it's going to be like that?
Yeah, I also think that people view a picture of someone and because they're attractive think that, oh, that's fine then. I think it's like almost like a weird prissy privilege thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, for instance, if you think about what was the hot inmate, Jeffrey Meeks.
I
Do you remember
That's
that?
what I was thinking with the
Like, no one could tell you what he was in there for, like, or how long he was in there for. He was just the hot inmate, right?
Yeah.
And no one cared. No one gave a damn about what he was in there for because they were like, he's now a model.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And so I think it's true. Like, it does happen, and I think that unfortunately there are a lot of guys that take advantage of that situation as well.
Really?
So yes, absolutely. So there's guys, you know, as much as I think the general consensus, when you first go online and talk about any sort of prison relationship, your comments will be full of, it's jail talk, it's jail talk, it's jail talk. And there is a percentage of that is absolutely true. Yeah. And there's people I've seen myself before and I've thought, shit, I think he's using her. Like, but again, it's not for you to, what do you know? But it could be. And I've seen all of these relationships work out so many different ways. Some have worked out. Some have literally gone on to get married and have kids and been great. Some have got out and done the absolute maddest shit you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Some have like just ghosted, disappeared, like they never existed. And they clearly were using them.
Right.
And there'll be guys that will be sat in prison, whack their picture and bio or whatever up on a pen pal site, and they could have 20, 30, however many girls messaging them, especially if they're attractive, and they could feasibly as well be getting money from all of those girls. And guys, it happens to them too. The other way around, women inmates do it. There's male inmates that will also do it to other men.
Yeah.
There was a guy, I can't even remember his name, Wade Wilson. I don't know if you've seen any of the Wade Wilson videos.
I have heard that
you?
name, yeah.
He's like a white guy who's like heavily tattooed all over his face. Not my cup of tea personally, but from what I understand from the internet, they quite think he's attractive. I don't really get it, but he like then on TikTok there is loads and loads of videos like of people that he's someone that has taken that and run with it to try and speak to as many people as possible and get what they can. Get what you can out of them. Yeah. And he would be tricking men and women. This guy, he'd like be proposing to a guy on the phone, then the next minute onto it. And it's people like that I think that's why people generalize and think, oh yeah, like he's in prison, he's just using you. And realistically, any of them could.
Yeah. But I guess if you weren't necessarily looking for something romantically, why didn't you write to women prisoners?
I've thought this myself, you know, afterwards. I probably should have done. I don't know why I didn't.